Oh. Are going to be small squares. I mean, that's our business, name of the game, right? Welcome to my crazy life as a first-generation female farmer, the Chronicles of Kayla. I'll see you guys in the buddy seat. Can you say good morning, Roxanne? Good morning, happy Monday! We are hauling in hay that I baled yesterday. There's a little, not quite 1,000 here. There's another 1,000 in another field. And then we've got some round bales, I think maybe 17 in the bottom of this field we got to pick up. Keaton is already raking while Jason and I haul in. And then we'll let it air a little bit, grab some lunch, and then we will go start baling. You can see our hay barns right there in the back. Our house is up there on the other side of the trees. So this field is really close to home, which is really nice and convenient. Jason hauled all by himself on Saturday. I think he ran 3 or 4 loads worth by himself. 2,100 bales in the barn by himself. She's spoiled. And you want to know why she's spoiled? Because you love her. Does she love you? Roxanne. She's hot. I bet she's in the water at the farm. Hey, we made it to the field. I've already cleared it out, but that's what we did yesterday. Are we having fun yet, kids? Oh. Let's see how that works. I know you guys can't see the baler where you're at the moment, but I'll just kind of continue to shift you around until you guys have what I find good angles. I had to get a different kind of mount because there's not a whole lot of metal in these tractors. You know, the framing is, but then it doesn't look right, so I had to change how I did things. We are baling. There's 1,660 bales on today's counter. This field has made so far 2,668 bales, which has topped us over for the year of 30,239 and counting. And today is June 24th. We have not made it through all of first cutting. We haven't even made it through alfalfa or the baby alfalfa. Everything is little small squares, because our big square baler was in an incident, it's more than likely going to be totaled. So you see a few round bales floating around because we do have the Massey Ferguson round baler, the 4160B, and we are utilizing that demo to its full capacity. There is so many things that I have wanted to talk about the last few days, but I have been tired. Like, we have been non-stop. We haven't had a real rain day since we started. We rolled right into straw, and as soon as we got done with straw, we went right back into hay. And now it's all pretty much on my shoulders to get done, which most of the fields that we do anyway are going to be small squares. I mean, that's our business, name of the game, right? I just was looking for a little bit of a relief at some point. That's the bearing monitor going off. It's kind of very similar to the large square where it beeps at you continuously, telling you when it's got 3 bales left to tie, when it's tying, when it's dropping out, all the things, which is kind of nice. It's been a whole game changer for us being able to have this. I honestly never thought we'd get to the point where we needed to have a bale bearing, but here we are, baling with a bale bearing. You know, there's pros and cons to everything. We did 9 years of the Norden system. I loved it. I loved working with them. Carlene and those guys are awesome to talk with and deal with and just be a part of their little, their group. I was very sad to leave them to go to something else, but hindsight, Jason and I are like, why didn't we do this sooner? Like, this has been a game changer for us and our operation. You know, at the end of the day, it's mainly Jason and I. Keaton's been helping here or there. His parents help as needed. But in the end result, this is Jason's business, and I've just kind of taken, I get not really over it, but taking over sharing it anyway. Very proud of him. Today, I kind of thought I would go through and talk to you guys about where it all started, how we got to where we're at. I've been doing some takeovers on Instagram for some other stuff that I've been working on, and it's so fun and it's so humbling and it's such an honor to share that, because what you guys are seeing today isn't how it always was done. Like, when Jason and I started dating in 2013, he had bale wagons. He had an AGCO baler. That was before we got the Massey balers. Or, well, yeah, I mean the 1840s. He had an AGCO, and he round baled. And, you know, he was lucky to get 25,000 bales. I think that was like 20, 22, never over 25. Then we got the accumulator, and I worked full time, and I was doing the farm wife, farm mom stuff, where my whole job was just to keep him fed and help on the weekends or give our hired hands a little bit of a break so that they could do stuff. And we got the accumulator, and then his goal was 25 to 28,000 bales. And then in 18, we went through some life changes, and I went through some stuff where I needed to be home to keep my sanity. I left my finance career at his urging to do so. He was ready for me to be here. I was taking vacation time to get here. So it was just, the timing was right for us finally. I didn't exactly know what that was going to entail when I left my career at the end of 18. In 19, we still had hired hands, so I still wasn't doing this full time. Like, I'd never mowed, I had raked occasionally, I'd help haul. You know, I was still the farm wife, still the farm mom. And at the end of 19, my hired hands left, and then 2020 happened. And, you know, Jason's like, I think we can do this ourselves. Do you think we can do this? I'm like, well, I guess we can certainly try, can't we? And, you know, Jason, I thought, was going through this midlife crisis because we got rid of the round baler, we got rid of the hired hands, we got the large square baler. We sort of tried to change up our marketing and how we handled things. We have a direct market for small squares in the equine market, so that's what we were really shooting for. Changing our clients over from, you know, round bales to large squares, and now they're, you know, they made that change with us, and we love feeding the large squares. You know, it's real nice in the TMR mixer, but we're doing just changing our operation. And to grow, you kind of have to learn to adapt into all those things. And it's crazy for me to realize that, like, how far we've come. Like, I'm so proud of Jason and, like, how far he's taken this, you know. It's 17 years in. Like, he's like, what else am I going to do? You know? Like, what else would I be able to do? So, it's nice to be able to have the kids with us. The tractors are really nice. We love these Massey tractors. You know, when we started, we didn't have fancy tractors, you know? Like, Jason's 6145M, when we got that was like the nicest tractor we'd ever got, and that was in 2020. And we all thought we were riding a high. And then, you know, we got into these Masseys and we loved them, and now it's like, why would we go back, you know? So, I've talked for 7 minutes now. Are you guys still with us? I popped the drone up, so I'll just continue to talk and then we can fly with the drone. This is one of Jason's first fields. We'll actually bale tomorrow the alfalfa, which is right next door to this field. That was Jason's first ever rented field. We cash rent 80% of our hay ground. Well, actually it's probably more than that because we only own a certain amount. We pay cash rent. On top of that, you know, we carry the load for the fertilizer, all the stuff that comes in and out of it. Hay takes a lot because you're taking everything with it. You know, it's not like you leave anything behind. So it takes a lot to get good hay, and this year's the first time that we've had good, like, not that we have a good quality, but we have quantity this year, and it's such a blessing. I mean, like, 30,000 bales, and it's the middle of June, and it blows my mind. Like, I'm so excited for hay season this year, but I am tired already. You know, that comes with the name of the game. We love these good stroking rows. You can really see wide span, you know, how long the accumulator, how long the bale bearing truly is. I have not measured it, but I know it barely fits into Jason's hay bars. Are you guys in for a long season? Like, we could be here for a while. And we're thankful for that. We might actually hit some records today. I won't hit like 3,000 bales today just because it's already 5:21, and I baled 1,000 off this field yesterday. But there's almost 2,000 that we baled today, so, you know, figuratively speaking. Tomorrow's alfalfa, and I'm not real sure where he's headed next. He went on a mowing spree yesterday and just was getting after it. Okay, we're going to talk about the SimplEBale system just a second. The SimplEBale, SimplEBale. How's it worded, Kayla? Anyway, so you guys have seen this string quite a bit. It is only available in my 1842 at the moment. The 1842 models can get them later this year, I believe. I'll let you know a release date for them. We're still doing some trials with them. But if you have an 1840 or an 1844, you can go ahead and get this system. It is a blessing. It keeps me in check. It makes everything so much easier to be able to document right here. And see exactly what's happening inside the baler without getting out, per se. It's constantly updating and making notes of itself. The bale obviously count changes per hour with every little bit of hay that goes in, depending on where it's at. Green means go. Obviously, you're doing good. Feeder's feeding well. You see me jump into a little bit of thicker windrow there. So it'll adjust as it goes. Different screens, and we can talk about these a little bit later in the season, but you know, this is what we've done today. these are what's on the whole field, and then this is the year in total, and how many hours of baling I have been running. So 73.3 but hours in the baler. Some different settings you can change at. My fan, I have it blowing every 5 minutes. It kind of recycles itself. Bale length is set at 32. That's what we ideally want it to do. It's every 10 seconds it's oiling and lubing. Let's see where else. You can kind of watch all these different numbers. I love the light system, however we hardly ever get to use it just because we bale hay during the day. My windows are dirty, it's dusty. Not too bad. I mean, it could be a lot worse. Jason's already came through and got quite a few bales picked up. Still have that little bit of patch over there and some good stroking rows. But yeah, super excited, super happy to be here. So much hay to bale, so much time to talk all summer. I just don't want to wear you all out. Jason's back with an empty truck, so literally the time that we flew the drone and I talked for 15 minutes, he's flown home, flown back, unloaded, and he's back to going again, which is like super awesome with the Baron. Like, it's just so crazy how fast he can load and do it on his own without us needing to have a second or third person here to help run trucks. Now, when we get over to doing the new alfalfa, that's 80 acres of alfalfa, that things might pan out a little bit differently, but till then. I probably am not going to fly you while you're picking up just so we can get done. We love them. Each of the tractors have a CD walkie in them, CD radio system. We have the handhelds that we buzz around in with the semis and the skid loaders. They're so handy. You guys can use my code and link if you need some, order them. You guys know that I only share the stuff that we truly use. So the kids use them. It's handy. Like Jalen's been working with her show calves, which I don't know if you guys can see where she's. I can't turn you, but she's over there. She's in the cattle barn. She's been handling and messing with them. We got 3 weeks till show, and we have 3 show calves. So she's been putting in some work and effort there.
Hold on, we're gonna get almost all these.
I'm bailing as fast as I can, guys. I'll try to remember to wash my windows. Well, actually, I probably won't because I'm not taking the tractor on. So I will try to bring a leaf blower over and blow the dust off of it. Keaton has been learning how to load the semis so that way Jason can keep rolling up and down the road. That allows Keaton to load a semi here, Jason run it back, and then reload or unload.
Down past your truck. Yeah, just go all the way down that point or something.
space with the bales. Jason's back to get the rest of these. Baling is done for the day. This is what we baled today. It's right at 7 o'clock. So this is the total for the field. You see that in the sun. And then this is what's on the counter as of tonight. So. Probably want me to turn around, I would say. Aren't y'all in focus? Huh. I guess I'll look at that when we get home. Maybe y'all just need to go clean it. I just love the way a field looks when it's clean. At least this truck has air. I did 2,300 today and 1,000 yesterday. So this farm made over 3,000 bales.